Let's talk about creating your signature methodology. So in this video, we are going to look at what is a signature methodology, why is it important, and how you can build your own in your coaching and speaking business. Hi, my name is Simone Vincenzi. I'm the co-founder of GTeX, and we turn experts into authorities, in particular, specializing in helping you create recurring revenues and create high converting webinars. So this is the work that we do here at GTeX. Now, signature methodology is something that every coach must have. I mean, who am I to say must? It definitely helps, in particular if you want to stand out, if you want to be different, if you want to be unique. And of course, in this industry, we must be unique. We need to be unique because otherwise, the information that are going around, they're always the same. So when someone is going to decide if they're going to work with you or if they're going to work with someone else, then they will think about how are you different? They will need to know what's unique about your process. And if they hear the same thing over and over again, then it might confuse what you're doing with another program that they did or with another coach that they work with. Well, if you have a signature methodology, then immediately you're able to stand out from the crowd, and also you can show your ideal client or the people that you're working with, you'll be able to show them how they can work with you, what's the process that they're going to follow. And it's going to be not only easier for you to create content, it's going to be easier for you to create your programs, and it's going to be easier for you to sell anything because now you have a framework that you're selling, which is way better than just saying, well, we have a bunch of sessions and here is your result. Because people will need to see, how am I going to get to this result? And that's what your signature methodology will do. So I'm going to give you an example now of our signature methodology and the one that we have built, which is the GTeX method. And I'm going to use it to help you break down actually how you can also build it too and the different ways in which you can use it. So let's get started. As you can see here, you can see the work that we do, which is helping you become the ultimate expert. And ultimately is to get known, get paid, and make an impact. And so inside you will see get known, get paid, and make an impact. Now, there are three things that really stand out as part of this methodology. Number one is community, number two is recurring revenues, and number three is visibility. Now, by creating this methodology, it makes it easier for me to show you how we can work together. So hey, the work that we do, we help you build your community and tap into your community. We help you increase your recurring revenues and get known in your industry and be relevant in the right spaces. So now, instead of saying, oh, we're going to work on this one and then we're going to do that one, I can show you now the process, which is different compared if you were to work with someone else, because this is the unique way in which I see business from my experience and the way we have created here at GTeX. And you will have your own way too, because your experiences will shape how you see the world. So what you're doing with your methodology is showing to your ideal clients how you see the world, how you see the process in this particular topic in the field that you are an expert on. And so that's how you can start creating it. And so there are quite a few characteristics of a signature methodology, which is really important for you to consider before you even create one. Number one is simplicity. You don't want to have a methodology made by 25 steps, 15 steps. It's too much for people to remember. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the maximum is gonna be good because it's gonna be easier for you to sell and to explain and easy for others to remember. As you can see here, I have 3. That's easy: community, recurring revenues, and visibility. Now, of course, these are macro topics. When I talk about community, there are different steps and different things to put in place. When I talk about recurring revenues, different steps and different things to put in place. Same around visibility. But these are the macro topics. So when you're creating your signature methodology, what you want to think about is what's the macro that I'm teaching? Not the micro, not the different step by step, but what are the bigger chunks? If you think about it being the chapters of a book. Imagine a short book with a few chapters. It's not the chapters of the book, the most important thing. It's not the different sub-chapters or it's not the different lines of text. No, it's just the macro part. And I want you, now if you're thinking about, I want to build mine, then I want you just to write down a few notes. They don't have to be in order, but what are some of the macro concepts that you're teaching? in particular if you want to help your client achieve a certain result, which now leads me to the second point. If you want to build your signature methodology, not only has to be simple, but needs to be geared towards a specific result. You can see here, we wanted to have to build the ultimate expert business. That's the result that we are going to give you. So the result is very specific. It is to become the ultimate expert. In this case, in the ultimate expert program that we have, we work with you until you reach $10,000 a month in monthly recurring revenues. So if I want to get you to this particular goal, then what are the steps that you will need to take in order to get to that level? According to my experience and expertise and what I've studied and I've seen around and the results that I got, this is the way I see the world, and this is the way I see you getting results. So think about doing the same for your clients. What is the specific outcome that you want them to achieve overall? And then you can say, okay, these are the different steps that they need to take. Now, which now leads me to the third point about your signature methodology. So number one is simple. Number two needs to be very specific, geared towards a specific result. And number three, it needs to be action oriented. It needs to be action oriented. So then there are things that if they put in place, if those pillars are put in place, will move the person forward in the right direction. For example, when I say building a community, it's about building your own audience and building your own community of people that are going to then buy from you forever. When we're talking about building recurring revenues, is the macro pillars, the macro steps of creating a business model that allows for recurring revenues to happen, and different sales processes that allows that to happen. And the visibility is the same. How do you get PR, media, and publication, and build partnerships? So they're all action oriented. So you need to take an action in pillar one, take an action in the other pillar, take different actions in the other pillar. Because now the person, I can see myself getting the results by taking those actions. Which then leads me to the fourth point of your signature methodology. It's not only action oriented, but also what you are expressing here, they are not the actions that they need to take. So it needs to be action oriented in the sense that they will need to be achieved by someone taking a particular action, but it's a concept that you are teaching. In fact, your signature methodology is not a program that you're selling, is your intellectual properties, is where you are going to develop different programs from. So it becomes like the matrix in which you are going to start developing all your content, all your offers, all your programs, all the free or paid things that you're going to create and resources, which almost creates a container for your creativity. And it helps you inspire so then you never run out of content. For example, I know my 3 parts of the signature methodology are community, recurring revenues, and visibility. Guess what I'm going to create content on? Community, recurring revenues, and visibility. In fact, if we want to go deeper, even me teaching how to create a signature methodology is part of building recurring revenues. So it's one of the actions that is inside the module of building recurring revenues. Because if you build on the business first, then you have your signature methodology, you create the different offers, and because of the different offers, you will be able to have recurring revenues. But the methodology starts first. So even me creating this video, having an understanding and having clarity on what is my methodology helps me also create the kind of content I'm delivering to you and I'm creating for you. So when you're creating your own, don't confuse your signature methodology with an offer, because it's not is gonna be what your offer is the specific thing. Let's go back to an example. I could create an entire program on building a community, and that could be one offer on building a community. I could create a podcast on building a community, which goes away for free. I can create resources on contacting media and publications like I have, because they are parts of the pillar of visibility. I can give them away for free, I can charge for them. So the way that you productize, then the methodology is up to you. It's up to your business model and the products and services that you want to offer. But now you can see that the framework, the methodology creates the framework in which you will create your offer, product, and services. I can create an offer, which is the Ultimate Expert program, that does all 3 together. but I can create an offer just for one part, or from one part of the part, right? So that's how you can play and explore, but it all starts with your signature methodology. And what's gonna happen is that the more consistent you will be, the more you will talk about it, the more you will show it, then people will be able to understand it. And when people will be able to understand it in an easier way, then they will become advocates and ambassadors of your brands, because now instead of talking about how great you are, they will talk about how great your methodology is and how effective your methodology is. And that will help you not to have your business just completely dependent on you as a coach or as a speaker, but it becomes dependent on the framework. And the framework is what gives the success, which in the future, if something you don't want to do anymore, or you don't want people to work only with you, then it gives you flexibility, because then you will be able to teach your framework to other people, license it, and they are going to carry on your legacy. And that's what happened probably in a lot of the programs that you have attended, that you have bought to become a coach or to become a speaker in your field. You would have studied a methodology that someone else have created, that they've licensed, so you could exercise it. And I can think about a lot of them. The GROW model is a methodology of setting goals and achieving goals. And that was the first goal-setting model that I've studied when I joined the qualification, when I got my qualification to become a coach. So you will be, now that you see it, you will be able to see methodologies everywhere. And what's going to do for you is going to help you simplify your entire work, because now it's going to create a container for your ideas. And also is going to increase your sales, because you will be able to express much better, and other people will be able to understand much better who you are, what you do, how you are unique. And that's the core of everything that we do here at GTeX. It all starts from the methodology. When our client starts working with us, we work on their ideal clients, who they are, and their framework, and then immediately after we got the overall strategy down, second thing that we do is working on the methodology, or refining it if they already have one, making it better, or creating it from scratch if they have to, because that's what's going to create a strong foundation. And at GTeX, we are all about creating foundations. It's about creating a strong foundation in which you can build all your different offers, services, products, and what else you're going to create. So I'm curious now to know, what are you going to, if you already have a methodology, let me know in the comments, and or if you don't have one, let me know if you want to create one, just some ideas, let me know in the comments. One more thing, if you need help in creating it, there are different ways in which we can work together. One is called the Offer Launch Accelerator, where is a very short process of 3 days where you're going to create your signature methodology, your offer, and launch your offer in only 3 days. We have run this training for now, at the moment of this video, the past 6 years. We had hundreds of coaches going through it, made our clients made more than $3 million within a 14-day period of implementing the Offer Launch Accelerator and what we teach you. So if you are interested, check the link also in the comments and the show notes, and that's where you're going to see all the results and when the next training is going to happen. So I cannot wait to see you there, and also subscribe if you're not subscribed. And until next time, always remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao!